Most brands think fulfillment problems are shipping problems. They're not. By the time shipping looks expensive, slow, or broken, the real problem already happened weeks or months earlier. If you think fulfillment equals shipping, you're optimizing the last 10% of the system while the other 90% is already locked in. Shipping is an execution layer. Fulfillment is a decision system. Shipping happens after orders exist. Fulfillment decisions happen before orders are placed. Fulfillment includes decisions like where inventory sits, when it moves, how SKUs are structured, how demand is forecasted, and what constraints you accept before launch. Shipping only executes what those decisions already forced. That's why changing carriers rarely fixes fulfillment problems. It just makes the failure arrive faster or slower. Most brands learn fulfillment from platforms, not from execution. Marketplaces teach you to think in labels, rates, and transit times. That trains you to believe fulfillment starts when a box moves. But real cost problems don't start with shipping rates. They start with irreversible decisions. Once inventory is produced, once SKUs are locked, once regions are promised, once timelines are announced, shipping just reveals the damage. At that point, there is no optimization, only trade-offs. Every fulfillment cost explosion we see traces back to the same place. Decisions made before execution, when information was incomplete. Volume assumptions, geographic promises, SKU complexity, packaging constraints, timing pressure. None of those are shipping issues. But shipping gets blamed for all of them. That's why the warehouse often looks guilty even when it did nothing wrong. The dangerous part is that these decisions rarely feel risky when they're made. They're usually made early, when timelines still feel flexible, when demand looks optimistic, when everyone assumes a best-case scenario. Nothing looks broken yet. Nothing feels urgent. That's why fulfillment failures feel sudden later, even though they were quietly locked in much earlier. Before you compare 3PLs, before you negotiate rates, before you ask for quotes, you need to decide what uncertainty you're accepting. What happens if volume is 2 times higher or 40% lower? What happens if one SKU outsells the rest? What happens if delivery timing shifts by weeks? If you don't decide these up front, shipping will make the consequences visible, but it won't be the cause. Fulfillment doesn't break in transit. It breaks in planning. Shipping is where problems show up, not where they start. If you're only fixing shipping, you're already too late.